Yo, 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 yo. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Max and Juan cast. Max, we back at it, dog. How you feeling?
What's up? Good. How are you?
Good. Monday afternoon. We are back at it. We are doing the previews today. All right. We're continuing with the NFL offseason content. Training camp is here. Preseason is here. Did you watch the Eagles preseason game?
I watched parts of it. I watched parts of it. Did you want? Did you watch every snap of the Raiders?
No, unfortunately not. I was working a 16-hour shift that day, so it was kind
No
of hard to
excuse.
watch.
Fake fan. Fake fan. The preseason don't mean what it once did. They shortened
The
it.
result
We
don't
had
matter. The
yeah.
result don't matter.
No,
I would
but
tell people this.
it doesn't matter as much though. Like when we were kids, right? And there's 4 games, and like the first game, like everyone plays. Half the time, you don't even see players anymore.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely. I would say this. There's three things to look at in the preseason that are important. What I look at. Number one, tackling. How's your team doing tackling? Because like I feel like a lot of the better teams, you see them like that's something that's like effort. That's something that doesn't go. It's effort. It's seeing how tough your training camp really is. Who's taking it easy, who's taking it not so easy. And second of all, I would say the rookies. It's a big part of how your rookies are playing, and not so much the result of a win or a loss, but more so how are they processing stuff? How are they looking? Like how comfortable do they look? How many reps are they getting with the first team? How many reps are they getting with the second team? And then third of all, I would say would be the offensive line. That's just me. What's the offensive line rotation going? Who's playing first team reps? Who's playing second team reps? Especially when you have a team when their offensive line is not set, especially like the Raiders. I want to see who's
yeah,
playing center. I want to see who's playing right tackle. Who's getting those reps? Those are the three
yeah.
things. I do not
I
care
agree.
about wins. I don't care about
No,
losses.
no. Do the Ravens are the Ravens still undefeated and stuff? I don't
I
even
wouldn't
know.
doubt it. I would not
I
doubt it.
I agree with you though. I do agree that it's not the result that matters. It's kind of just like the process, and because half the time you could have having a solid game, and then the fourth string quarterback comes in who's not going to make the team, throws 3 picks, and it's game over. I agree with you. It's about really the rookies. Like Abdul Carter looked awesome in
Yeah.
like the 6 snaps we got. Awesome, right? Shedeur Sanders looked awesome.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is not a reacting to that. And the one thing I was going to ask you one is, do you remember last year, was Bryce Young horrible in the preseason too? He
No.
was, right?
Nah, he
He wasn't
wasn't
as
that
bad?
bad. I don't think he was that bad.
Yeah.
Just to give you
I'm trying to remember.
perspective, I was just
Yeah.
I was just telling my brother this weekend. I was like, Josh McDaniels went undefeated with the Raiders his first year in the preseason. Look how that ended up. The preseason does not matter. I don't care if
I
they
believe
go 0
the
and
0
4.
and 16 Lions went undefeated as
Went
well.
4-0. I don't care about the result. I really don't. I can care less. I'm looking at the little things. That's just how
And
I
I
look
I
at
mean, I
preseason.
would I would take that one step further, as long as just to go into the like training camp hype, like, God, dude, like Jordan Davis is in the best shape of his life. Breakout incoming. It's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, every year.
Right.
It's like the Ben Simmons thing. Every year he can shoot threes in the preseason. It don't matter.
Right.
So, but it's just snippets and bits that matter. But enough about the preseason. This is not a preseason recap because we're not that no life. Just kidding, guys. We're talking about the AFC North one, right?
Yes, AFC North today. So that means if you guys are not too fond with divisions, Steelers, Bengals, Browns, Ravens. Okay, AFC
Correct. Hey,
North.
yep,
And
yep.
another tough division to talk about. Honestly, we did the NFC North already. This one's pretty tough in my opinion. It's not a soft division by any means. Let's start off with the steel curtain. Let's start off with the Steelers, man. The Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tomlin coming back. Arthur Smith, OC, Terrell Austin, DC. Last year, this team went 10-7, made it to the playoffs,
Yeah.
lost in the wild card to Baltimore.
Uh,
They had the whole Justin Fields thing going with Russell Wilson and all that. They got a lot of cap space. Their over under this year is 8.5 wins. Okay, let's look at some of their additions and some of the departures that they had for this offseason. Of course, the big storyline, Aaron Rodgers is in a Pittsburgh Steelers uniform. They wound up signing him. They wound up trading for DK Metcalf from Seattle. Um, with all that being said, they traded the other wide receiver, George Pickens, to Dallas.
Yeah.
Justin Fields is gone. Minka Fitzpatrick in a trade is gone with the addition of Jalen Ramsey. And they drafted the defensive tackle out of Oregon, who I absolutely love, Derek Harmon, one of the big additions that they had from their draft class, along with other draftees that they had. But Max, when we talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers, is it the same old game? Because in all honesty, the way that I look at it, they still got a great defense, right? They got
Yeah.
some pieces.
They
I think
paid TJ Watt.
they
They
have a
paid
great
TJ Watt.
offensive line. I love their O line. Broderick Jones, Isaac Samalu, Zach Frazier, Troy Fontenot, a second-year player, potential elite guy. How are you looking at this team as a whole? What's the big storyline that comes away for you?
Well, I hate to make it all about the quarterback, but do we finally have a quarterback who can actually perform at a somewhat high level? Going back to Big Ben's last year, I mean, Big Ben was a shell of himself that last year. He was kind of like how Russell Wilson was. Hey, he can have some weeks where he looks pretty and some weeks he's going to look downright bad. Same thing with Russell Wilson last year. It was some weeks good, some weeks bad. It just was mid, right? It wasn't enough to get the job done. And I think they have a Super Bowl caliber team. And I just don't know if they have the quarterback yet who can get them over the hump. So I guess it just depends. How cooked is Aaron Rodgers? Look, I think he definitely adds a ceiling that Russell Wilson couldn't provide. I know it wasn't pretty in New York last year, but I would say a lot of those problems were more than Aaron Rodgers. I know he was a big problem, but they couldn't block, can't run the ball. The defense took a big step back. And I would say this: I think DK Metcalf could have a breakout year. And I know that sounds weird. Like, how could a guy who's viewed as one of the best guys have a breakout? But DK Metcalf, for my money, is arguably the most gifted receiver. But has he ever lived up to that? Like, has he ever had a Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson type year? No, it's just like, oh, he's fun for a couple games, and some games he vanishes. But when is DK Metcalf going to have the year where it's like, damn, is DK Metcalf the best receiver in football? Like, no, who can guard this guy? He's too big. He's too fast. All of the above, or is he just like, is that who he is? They did a good job paying TJ Watt. If they can get Cameron Hayward, dude, the D line got better. Derek Harmon's going to be good. Cameron Hayward, Watt, and Highsmith. That's nasty, dude. That's a nasty pass rush. So I think they did get better, but the question is, one, can they contend with Baltimore and Cincinnati? I'm going to go, they're still a step behind, and I have to see it from Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
Look, man, I do want to agree with you on the Aaron Rodgers part, because part of me is like, hey, dude, like, this is a future Hall of Famer we're talking about. Is he really going to go out like this? Everyone is comparing him to like the Brett Favre situation, as far as like, oh, he's fallen off, had that bad year with the Jets, moves on. Like, it was ugly. It was absolutely ugly last year. That was the worst football that I've ever seen from Aaron Rodgers. And then on top of that, you bring the drama with your attitude. His attitude is shit. It is terrible. I hate it. And how is that going to affect a team like the Pittsburgh Steelers, where I would say they're kind of used to stuff like this? Antonio Brown,
George Pickens.
Yeah. So I don't know how it's going to affect them, because they are the Pittsburgh Steelers. But at the end of the day, I feel like if Rodgers can just take his pride away and really play like a poor man's Mahomes of last year, this team can go pretty far into the playoffs. They have a great defense, like you said. I feel like they have a two-headed monster at running back if Rodgers can just trust him, and Caleb Johnson and Jalen Warren. And when I say trust, Caleb Johnson is a rookie, right? Me and Max had mixed opinions about him coming in the draft, but the kid is talented. He's a home run threat waiting to happen. But what does Aaron Rodgers do to these rookie running backs, Max? He doesn't trust them. Once the guy misses a third down blocking assignment, it's a wrap.
Well, I would say this. I agree with you, but Braylon Allen was really good last year.
Yeah.
And he was a rookie. So maybe that's changing. The one thing I'll say this about the receiving core is it's DK Metcalf, and then who won? Who is picking up the slack?
Calvin Austin, Robert Woods. What is
The
happening though? Like Roman Wilson needs to do
Wilson.
something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it's not the best wide receiver core in the world, but I don't think they're gonna be a team that airs the ball out. It's not gonna be like, "Oh, can Rodgers have another MVP type year?" It's like, no, but when they need him to make a big throw, can he do it?
The
That's what it's
poor
gonna come
man's
down to.
Mahomes. They need to turn
Yeah,
into the poor
I
man's
agree.
Chiefs. They play defense and run the freaking football. Use this offensive line. I feel like they got a top 5 offensive line in the NFL. That's just my
That's
opinion.
a bold statement. I don't
I
know. I
think
don't
it
know if I
is.
agree.
I think it's
I
really
don't know if
freaking.
it's close. It's
I think it's
close.
good.
It's
It's not the
close.
Eagles. I'll give you that. It's
No, no.
not.
Who is? Who is? Guys, come on. No, I would say this. Shout out to Big G. He's a Steeler fan. Steeler Nation. Steeler Curtain. Sorry, there's only one nation. Whatever you want to say, Juan. I know you're a hater. There's one thing I do know about this team. Or there's 3 things in life. There's death, there's taxes, and Mike Tomlin's going to go above 500. I'm going over. I went under last year. I learned from my mistake. I'm going to go over. I think this division is going to be hell. Like, it's going to be another hell division and the Browns. No offense, Brown fans. Sorry, Browns. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean they can't beat the Ravens, but I feel like they can beat Cincinnati because Cincinnati's a
Yeah.
flawed team. You know, like they have the recipe. Like even the Ravens, I know the Ravens kicked their ass in the playoffs, but like the Steelers still play them tough. I think they split with them last year, if I'm not mistaken. I
I
might
think
be
so.
wrong.
I mean, they have edge. They have a defense that can win games on its own. And
Yes.
there's going to be a couple games this year where they just strip sack, interception, fumble. It's easy peasy. But you're going over 2, right? Like, you're not going against Mike Tomlin, who we have to say, Mike Tomlin's a good head coach for Aaron Rodgers. Like, you can't, like Robert Saleh was on slippery ground. Mike Tomlin's entrenched. Antonio Brown's gone. George Pickens is gone. Big Ben's gone, and he who remains, Mike Tomlin.
Yeah, look, I was a hater of Mike Tomlin last year. I did not trust him. I thought that was last year was going to be the year, and he proved me wrong.
I know.
He has a future Hall of Famer and Aaron Rodgers. I'm gonna go over. I love the defense. There's a couple guys that scare me on defense. Honestly, just like it's really 3 guys. It's Patrick Queen, it's Darius Slay, and it's Jalen Ramsey.
I was gonna say, do you think Jalen did more for this team than keeping Minka? Excuse me.
Like I said, I feel like they should play Jalen Ramsey at safety, like I said in the reaction video that we had to the trade. But Joey Porter is a pretty damn good cornerback. I wouldn't say he's top 5 by any means, but he's a really good corner. So they have that solidified. But when it comes to like him being in the other side, outside corner, I'd rather have Darius Slay there. Put Ramsey in the star spot. Put him at safety. Put him at nickel. Whatever you got to do. Just I think you're kind of not utilizing what he can do best at this stage of his career.
They need a bounce back year from him. They really do need a bounce back. He's not shut down no more. He hasn't been shut down since he left the Rams.
Yeah, and then like I said, Patrick Queen, down year last year. I don't care what no one says. He wasn't all that good.
100%.
I think he said it himself. You know.
Yeah.
Me and Max feel a certain type of way about Patrick Queen. I'm just gonna say like we told you so kind of thing. But let's see if he can step it up, man. They still got a great D, Watt, Highsmith, all that good stuff. And I'm gonna go over. And I'm hoping Rodgers don't F us, bro. I'm scared as hell of Rodgers. Because he can just is there a world, Max, that by week 8 you see Will Howard starting for this team? I don't think it's all that crazy.
Can Rodgers make it through a year? I know he did last year, but the way he played last year with protecting himself so much isn't gonna do him any favors. You know what I mean? It's like there's a reason why people were like, dude, Rodgers sucks. And I don't think it's a talent thing. I think it's about willingness. And we're gonna see if he's willing or not to do the things necessary to win football games.
Yeah. All right. Did you write your note card? Do you still have it?
No, I don't. I threw the thing away. No,
I got mine. All right, I got over. Okay, and Max is over too. I'll say
I'm
Max
over too. Thank you. Sorry.
Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's go to the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, Zach Taylor coming back for head coach. Dan Pritchard for offensive coordinator. New defensive coordinator Al Golden replacing the good old Lou Amaruno. Winded up going to the Colts, I believe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Colts. Yeah.
Colts. Last year went 9-8, missed the playoffs. Of course, the historic offensive numbers from Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase were just not enough. The injuries, T. Higgins, some other guys getting hurt, just wasn't enough, man.
Timely mistakes killed them all year.
Timely mistakes and that horrible defense. It's no reason why that it's not a surprise that Al Golden is the new defensive coordinator. They needed some new blood.
I mean, I would say it came down more to players than coaching. But I have a question about the coaching one. How secure is Zach Taylor? Like, is his seat pretty cold? Is it hot? Like, if they went 6-11, could they would you see them firing him? Or you don't see a world where like that's gonna be a thing?
I don't see Zach Taylor getting fired. It's Cincinnati.
Even if they had like a bad year?
No, I don't see it. It's
not
Cincinnati.
that I think they will have that bad of a year, but yeah, okay. So you think he's pretty safe?
He's pretty safe because of the circumstances that he's coaching for. He coaches for the Cincinnati Bengals.
Like if he was on the Jets and they had a bad
yes, I would feel a little bit different. But it's the Bengals. Brown family is, how they are. They're not going to be paying these coaches under contract and paying another one. They're not the Raiders. They're not the Raiders.
We're gonna get. I know.
But when it comes to this team, Max, it's really the defense. Right? That's what it comes down to. The offense is locked and loaded. Joe Burrow, Chase Brown, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, all of their money is tied up on the offensive side of the ball. And that scares the living crap out of me because, I mean, it's just not a recipe for teams to win usually.
Well, I mean, the defense did get some young talent this offseason. They got Shamar Stewart. They got Demetrius Knight. They got Oren Burks from the Eagles, who I'm not sure how big of a help he's going to be. He's solid. He's a solid linebacker. But they lost Trent Brown, Mike Hilton, and Rankins. Did they? No, I don't think they had. Did they have Rankins last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. Okay. Well, I mean, obviously, there's one question on the offense. It's the offensive line. We talk about it every year. They drafted Amarius Mims last year, who was okay. I wouldn't really say I'm like thrilled about him going. Not like Joe Alt, where we're like, oh, Joe Alt's a top 75 trade piece. Amarius Mims has a lot to prove. And I still do believe in him. But the defense, I mean, it's hard to imagine they're going to be worse, right? It's pretty hard to imagine, hey, can you guys just show up that awful showing? Can you go even one step lower? I don't think so. I think they're going to make the playoffs. They're too talented on offense, barring an injury to Joe Burrow. But obviously that's the case with every quarterback, right? If the quarterback gets hurt, you're pretty cooked. I have a hard time thinking they're going to be bad. I think Shamar Stewart's going to help. I think we still need to see guys like Miles Murphy if he can get anything. I would still like to see them get Trey Hendrickson back. That's a huge piece. That's gigantic. So I'm sold on them being a playoff team. I don't know if they're a real contender. I think I'm going to go games because that's what they do. Flawed and all, they win games.
I'm going to go over, but just because of the number where it's at. Like, I feel like they're going to get over that number. Like you said, the offense is too talented. But as far as being a contender, and I would even say making the playoffs, I don't find it crazy if they don't make the playoffs. This defense is horrendous. I'm sorry. I think it is. I think there is a world where they can be just as bad. Maybe not worse, but I don't like it. I just really don't like Jordan Battle, Geno Stone at safety. Like, they need a lot of hits. They need a lot of stuff to happen. The two rookies that they drafted, Demetrius Knight and Shamar Stewart, you're counting on some rookies to give you some really high production, like Sam Hubbard type production.
No, and Demetrius Knight, I don't think he's in a position where he can make such a big impact. Like Stewart could have a big year, but the back end still is the question mark of this team, right? And it's not the worst back end in history, but it's going to be, to me, like they're going to play a lot of zone coverage and be sound. But, we always talk about those teams. It's like, well, the NFL offenses are too good. We'll get you.
You know what's funny, like, Max? If we had this team, this is a great Madden 16 team. I'll tell you one for defensive backs, because they're all athletic as hell. They can all run, but they just can't cover. That's the thing. They can't cover.
No. And, Mike Hilton's a big loss because Mike Hilton's been such an integral part of that defense. I know it doesn't seem like it, But nickelbacks are important. I'm going over, but not by much. I'd agree with you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over just because their offense is. I mean, come on, Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase alone, they were winning football games by themselves. But the defense was so bad, they will score 38
And,
points max and still lose.
yeah, and I will say this: if they could have a Jermaine Burton,
Not
the
gonna
other guy
happen.
who's no, I know not Burton, but like if they could just have
Ilyasova.
yeah, whatever it is, no, he's not Ilyasova. Good job, throwback. But if they could just have someone step up as a third receiver, not even like, oh, we need three great receivers, just somebody step in and be like decent. It'll be big for them. It'll be really big.
Yeah. No, I agree. I don't like their defense though. That's
I
my main
agree.
thing. And we'll see what happens. I was a big Amaruno fan, and to me, like I didn't see a defense that didn't try. I felt like it was more of like a talent issue.
I agree. I said that. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, this. I don't know how you're supposed to work with this. You let all your good players go, minus Trey Hendrickson.
Yeah, and like how old is Trey Hendrickson?
30.
He's
There's a reason he didn't make the top 75 trade value list
yeah,
at his
so
age. Yeah.
he's on the bad of it, end of 30. So I mean, there's a world that he might fall off a cliff and just be like, "Oh, I'm only getting 8 sacks this year," which is still pretty good, but he led the league
Yeah.
in sacks
A
last year.
big difference in 20 or 18. Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
All right. So me and Max are both going the over
Over.
for the Cincinnati Bengals. All right. So we're both on track. Me and Max are agreeing this afternoon for a change. All right. Let's go to the Baltimore Ravens, Max. John
No respect
Harbaugh.
for Cleveland. Jeez.
John Harbaugh coming back for his what? Like freaking 18th
20th year.
season? Something
Yeah,
like
something
that.
like that.
Todd Monken coming back for OC. Zach Orr, defensive coordinator. Great year last year for rookie defensive coordinator, by the way, for Zach Orr. Last year record 12-5, won the division. Unfortunately, lost in that Buffalo game in Buffalo. We all know the Mark Andrews play.
Shout
The
out.
over under 11.5. That's huge. That's a big over under. That's one of the biggest that we have seen so far. Cap space next year, $21.7 million, 17th in the NFL. Not all that bad. Let's look at the additions. DeAndre Hopkins. They drafted Malachi Starks, was an absolute steal, by the way.
Last time a safety fell to them worked out pretty well, might
Yeah.
say.
And then the big addition, Jaheir Alexander, the all-pro corner from Green Bay. They wind up signing him to a 1-year deal. Some of the departures, nothing much. The offensive guard, Patrick McCarr, he winded up moving on. Tre'Davious White and Dante Johnson, who
I guess Justin Tucker as well, with all the
Yeah.
drama going on with him. Is he cut or is he just like suspended?
no, he's cut. He
He's
doesn't have a
cooked.
job. Okay,
Yeah.
so besides the sad news on Justin Tucker, the Baltimore Ravens, Max, their offense, they're depending on DeAndre Hopkins to be that second guy from Zay Flowers. I think there's a big reason why they signed
no,
him. They got Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, I feel like he's just Bateman insurance. I don't think they're counting on him. Like they're like, oh well, when his foot gets banged up. I'm gonna say this. I'm going over. I think this is gonna be the team. This is gonna be a team. I think that's on a mission. I think it's 3 really disappointing postseasons. I think this is gonna light a fire under everyone's ass. I believe the Baltimore Ravens are not only gonna be the best team in this division. I think they're gonna be the best team in the AFC. I really do believe it. I didn't even put in key additions. Mike Green, who's looked pretty good. Seen a lot of good Mike Green. I just think what they've done, the defense, and it took a step back last year from the year before. It was still good, but I think with the addition of Starks, Green, Jair Alexander, even David Njoku was playing better. Like guy from Michigan, we liked coming out who tore his Achilles.
Dafe away.
I think, yeah. Oh, Dafe away could have I really like this team. Like Derrick Henry's still there. The offensive line's still good. They're still the biggest MFers around. It's never like, but they're not going to do stupid crap, right? They're always well coached. I'm going to go over, and I'm just going to like plant my flag. They're going to be the best team in the AFC this year. I believe it.
Look,
Sorry,
as
other
much
than my Chargers.
no,
Other than my Chargers in my
as
heart.
much as I want to disagree with you, I agree. They got one of the best rosters, if not the best roster in the NFL,
They
Max.
got really a lot of improvements too
And
in
look,
that roster.
but the way I see it is they got multiple pieces. So like, let's just say,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
let's just say Derrick Henry goes down, right? He's old, he gets hurt. They got Keaton Mitchell, Rasheen Ali, Justice Hill. Like those are capable guys. You've seen them so
Mitchell
far.
was really impressive till he got hurt. He was like a borderline, like, who the hell is
And
Keaton
that's
Mitchell?
why I brought up the receiving room, because that's really the only area that I see a weakness. I don't see a weakness in the offensive line. Andrew Voorhees is a freaking mammoth. He's huge as hell. Tyler Linderbaum, all Pro Bowl type of caliber
Yeah,
center.
100%.
Yeah, Falele, like
coming back
he's
to
a
guard?
giant too.
Dude, Rosengard was really good as a rookie.
Yes.
They just never seem. They just don't miss. They don't miss.
And
They
then
can't keep getting away with it, Juan.
and then the way I see it, like tight end, Mark Andrews falls off a cliff. Okay, we got Isaiah Likely. We're just fine. There's just
100%.
so many pieces, man. There's so many, like,
Dude, and Malachi Starks, the best safety in the draft, falls to like 25, and they just get him.
yeah.
And we're like, yo, you know who's a perfect compliment to Kyle Hamilton? Malachi Starks. Of course you get him. Of course.
Yeah. So this is just great drafting. This is great GMing. And then to throw, like, they got a all-pro corner in Jair Alexander just to add him to the mix. Like,
and still have Marlon Humphrey, who's good.
And they
still have him.
And the way I see it, Max, they have
Nate Wiggins.
Yes,
Nate freaking Wiggins.
They have a bunch of like potential breakout guys that are sophomores. Trenton Simpson, Nate Wiggins, like you alluded to. These are all potential breakout guys that can get even better. Travis Jones, another dude. Like, I love their roster. They have depth where you need depth at the offensive line, the defensive line, running back. I feel like those are all positions that get banged up a lot, and they got depth there. So, like, they're not an injury away from being like, oh, like, this is a question mark.
Notice, haven't talked about Lamar yet.
I know. We still haven't even talked about Lamar.
MVP, almost. But, like, they haven't talked about, yeah, the most dynamic quarterback, arguably, in football, you know? So, yeah, Baltimore. You're an embarrassment of riches, like always. But,
yeah.
Are
we going over for this whole division?
I am. Yeah.
So 11.5 wins is the over-under for the Baltimore Ravens. Me and Max are both going over.
I'm going to call you out. Is it your camera to the right?
No, it's right here.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah,
I forgot. I'm looking at a different camera. I'm like, this
Max has my laptop camera, so I'm literally.
I know. I'm literally like, this guy hasn't hit the camera with one over fucking graphic.
No, they're
like,
seeing
is this dude drunk?
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Anything else on the fantastic Baltimore Ravens, Max?
No. Let's go to the equally fantastic in the opposite direction. Cleveland Browns. Please allow me, Juan. Please allow me to talk about the Cleveland Browns. I saw the stadium. It's beautiful. You're flying into Cleveland. You see that orange bowl of poop. I mean, orange pit of beauty. Look, we got Kevin Stefanski. We got Tommy Reese. We have Jim Schwartz. Schwartz loves to blitz guys. But you know what's going to help that? They got some really key guys. Over under 5.5. Big over under. Really big over under. Last year won 3-14. Deshaun Watson still on the team. Blew out his Achilles. But don't worry, guys. He's going to try to come back. Key additions won. Quarterbacks, Dylan Gabriel, Shador Sanders, Joe Flacco. Let's just throw something at the board and see if it sticks. Rayshawn Jacobs. My favorite one, Mason Graham, by far. One of our favorite players in the draft. Myles Garrett's never played with someone who could be as disruptive as him. They lost Nick Chubb, Jameis Winston, and Elijah Moore. All right. We're done with the recap with them.
Yes.
Okay, so Shador QB1 already. Did you see enough? the Gatorade ran an ad for him. I think, he's speeding. I like guys that, driving fast is always a good sign for NFL players. Nothing's ever gone wrong for guys speeding. Well, what's not to like about Shador?
Look, I'm going to say this because this is the time to do it. He hit the watch,
Selly. Like, what is it? My wrist cold? I don't know what it means.
Yeah, perfect timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
Look, it doesn't surprise me. I'm not gonna sit up here and say that like, oh my god, he played amazing, but he played good. He played like an NFL quarterback, which I don't find it surprising. And this is where me and Max have started to realize this more and more. And we've been kind of talking since we made that trade value list. Go ahead and check that out, by the way. I think there's a perception about guys where it really does matter where you get drafted and the expectations that you have. It's like he was a fifth round pick, right? You had
Hmm.
TV guys saying he is trash. He's not an NFL caliber quarterback. He's an undrafted guy. The talent is not
Yeah.
there. He doesn't have an arm. He doesn't have this. Or you got the other end. His dad is annoying and he's gonna be trouble. Whatever the case
Yeah.
is. It didn't
Mhm.
shock me at all that he was making NFL throws, NFL reads. He looked poised. Was he amazing to the point where he's the next Tom Brady? No, absolutely not.
Hell
Jackson
yeah,
Dart,
12.
yeah, like Jackson
Game
Dart had
12.
had a great like debut. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't surprise me. And I would say this, he is definitely their best option for this year. I feel like he's the best quarterback on the active
Like
roster.
we we both had first round grades on him. And by the way, there's a lot of smart people who did.
Yeah.
Chris Sims, Connor Rogers, other guys. Just because I like after the draft, I was like, I got to go back. Where people like, because me and Juan, we don't try to watch like pre-draft stuff because
Right.
then we like get an opinion in our head, and we're like, okay, so we're not crazy. People aren't crazy. He looked like a first round pick, and I'm not saying it was like, damn, he's faster than everybody, his
Yeah.
arms bigger, but the stuff we saw in film was like, hey, accurate ball,
Thank you.
laser beam.
Yeah.
Hey, did he dance in the pocket too much? Yeah. And
That's what
obviously,
he
I don't wanna
did.
make this whole
That's what we seen
I
on film.
but I don't wanna make this whole segment about Shador, but the fact that they're talking about, is this guy gonna make the roster? Dude, in what world would you not have this dude make the roster? Like, if you don't make the roster, it's just rigged. Because first of all, Dylan Gabriel's all 5'10" of them's already banged up. Joe Flacco, yeah. Would you rather start Shador or Joe Flacco? Because what's gonna help? Because dude, the Browns are. I'm going under. By the way, I'm going under. I know it's short. I know it's 5.5. It's a small under, but I'm still going under. Like, I don't think the defense is as good as years past. Obviously, Mason Graham, if he's Aaron Donald 2.0, yeah, they'll be amazing. But I have a hard time thinking that. JOK's out for the year and might never play again. Denzel Ward's older.
Judkins is probably potentially going to miss the season.
Yeah, missed the second round pick on that one, just whiffed.
Yeah.
So the Browns, I think there's a little bit of stuff brewing there. And I will say this: they still have one of the best head coaches in football, Kevin Stefanski. If they went over, it wouldn't shock me. If they won 7 games, that wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. So look,
It really wouldn't.
the way that I see it, Max, is it's really 3 factors. It's number one, they don't have a set quarterback. So their quarterback room is a mess. When teams have a quarterback issue, I know this. I'm going to raise my hand because I'm a Raider fan. I've been dealing with it for the last.
Juan's an expert.
I'm an expert
topic.
at this. I can see I can see a bad quarterback room when I see one. The quarterback situation in Cleveland is bad. I like Shador. Are they going to start him? I wouldn't be surprised if they don't start him. But in all honesty, like I feel like it's a rebuild year. They're kind of doing it on purpose. They have a bunch of draft picks from the Travis Hunter, right? They're like,
Yeah,
hey,
correct.
let's just develop these guys. Deshaun Watson's out. We're in cap hell because of him. It's not like we can win now. And I think that's just the reality of it. And I think they win 5 games. I think that's right at the spot. I can see them winning 5 games because it's Stefanski. They have talent. Like Njoku's good. Jerry Jeudy showed some stuff. Cedric Tillman.
But
The offensive line is not all like DeJuan Jones is turning into a Pro Bowl talent. He was a great hit for them.
Loved him.
Yeah.
And pat myself on the back on that.
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
But you're right, Juan. You're right. It's just, but the one thing too about the quarterback room you didn't talk about is like, it's like if it's just a revolving door and they're just like, okay, we're gonna let Shador start, but then first sign of trouble, we're gonna yank him. It's like, oh, that's just the best thing. Let's just throw Dylan Gabriel into the fire. Like, if you just keep like, they got to pick one way and stick with it.
Yes.
Like, if you're gonna go Joe Flacco, you go with Joe Flacco, and you don't bench him till like week 10 or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's my thing.
Let all these guys play in the preseason. Like, I feel like I don't know what happened to Dylan Gabriel. I think he's hurt or something. But like, he needs
The
reps.
5'10" guy?
He needs
The 5'10"
reps.
guy got hurt?
Yeah,
No,
but like,
not him.
But this is the time, Max, where you need to find out who you got.
Oh, 100%.
This
like,
is
no
the
offense.
time.
Joe Flacco shouldn't play in the preseason. We're good. We got it. We got the tape. We know. Like, there's nothing he can provide.
If I
And
had
then
to say,
they signed Snoop Huntley, and it's like, okay, what's he gonna do?
right, right. So the way I see it, Max, the prediction I'm gonna go, I feel like Joe Flacco or Kenny Pickett is the starter week 1. I'm gonna put my money on those two guys.
I forgot about Kenny Pickett, Super
Yeah,
Bowl champion,
and he's
Kenny
hurt
Pickett.
already. He's hurt.
No, not Kenny Pickett.
But my money will go that one of those guys are the starters for week 1. But I would say about week 4, week 3, once they're 1-3 or 0-4, whatever the case is, you better start Dylan Gabriel or Shador Sanders, one of those guys, because you need to see what you got by any means.
For my money, it's Shador. Obviously, I'm a big Shador guy.
Obviously.
But yeah, I think I'm going under.
I'm going under as well. This is the first team that I'm going to go under. When you look at the defense, Max, some of the guys that we didn't mention that we really liked in the draft, like this is why it's hard for me to look at them like as like they're like the worst team in the league, because they just have way too much talent. Like Shelby Harris, Mason Graham, Carson Swessinger, the kid from UCLA.
And by the way, we forgot to mention Greg Newsome was a big loss too. Yes. He's really good. Yeah, that's gonna hurt them.
Yeah.
Oh, and then they lose Martin Emerson too. Is he hurt too?
Martin Emerson.
I know Greg Newsome tore his Achilles, right?
Yeah, I don't think. I think you're right. I think Emerson is on like IR or something.
Yeah, because I remember he's in a contract year, and he got hurt bad. I think. Yeah. You know, he ruptured his Achilles.
There you go. Yeah.
And let me just make sure I'm not tripping about Greg Newsome. I think he's hurt too.
Yeah, Greg Newsome
he has a shoulder injury.
Yeah,
he's got a shoulder injury.
Yeah, so he should be good for the start of the season.
But they lost Martin Emerson, who was really good for them.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So we'll see where they go. Jim Schwartz loves the blitz. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Cleveland, man. I'm rooting for Shador, obviously.
I want to say that what you said. I don't think this will be the worst team of football. I don't.
It's way too much good of coaching, and it's way too talented of a roster. Like, they have almost all the signs to be the worst team. Like their quarterback room, yeah. But their offensive line and defensive line alone is way too good.
Still solid.
Way too good.
Still solid as hell.
Yeah, way too
100%.
good to be the worst team. All right. Anything else on the AFC North, Max?
Nope. Got it.
All right. So let's do a little recap. We are going over for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We are going over for the Cincinnati Bengals. We're both going over for the Ravens.
Yep.
And me and Max are both going under for the Cleveland Browns. So we're all good. We're gonna we're tying in this division. All right. Me and Max are agreeing on this one. This one was kind of easy. I'm not gonna lie. There wasn't a lot of pushback on this one.
The only team I'm worried about is the Bengals. If they get like 9 wins again or something, you know.
That offense is too talented though. All right. But that's gonna do it. We appreciate you guys rocking with us. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Make sure to like this video. Comment down below any thoughts, opinions that you guys have. What do you guys have for the division? All right. Say your power rankings. Who do you guys think is gonna win the division? Who's gonna be last? All that good stuff. Drop your Shador stuff down below. We're going to be coming out with a Shador film study. We're for sure going to be doing some film breakdown for Shador Sanders.
Yeah. And don't worry, guys. We'll cut out all the bad plays just to make him look the best.
Exactly. We'll throw a Gatorade ad in there too, just to help him out.
Yeah, please.
But until next time, we out. Peace.
Big dreams, everything ain't what it seems. Glittering gold both ways. Not on my team. This organic, we don't buy streams.